Okay, class, this is the third video for the second week. What we're going to do today is assigning other people rights to different mailboxes. So I'm going to do it graphically first. So I'm going to assign rights to Oliver's mailbox to Howard Hayes. So I'm going to highlight that user account. Again, I'm in the graphic console, recipient mailboxes. I highlight Oliver, hit edit. Then mailbox delegation. Now I can give, graphically, I can give three types of rights. Send as rights, that will allow Howard to send email as Oliver, or I will allow Howard to send on behalf of Oliver, or I will give full access. Full access does not include send on behalf or send as rights. So if you want to give send as rights or send on behalf rights, in addition to full access, you would have to do both. So let's just say, just to keep this simple, I'm going to add Oliver and give Oliver full access rights. Excuse me. I'm going to give Howard send on behalf rights to Oliver's email box. So it's not very difficult. I'm going to click save. So now Howard can send email on behalf of Oliver. Now I'm going to do that in PowerShell. There's a lot more rights I can assign in PowerShell than I can do graphically. So I'm just going to go through a few of them. So I'm going to try to give Howard full access to Oliver's mailbox. At that point, Howard can go through, delete email out of the inbox, move email from one folder to another, pretty much has full control over the mailbox. He wouldn't be able to send as or send on behalf of unless I specifically give him those rights. So I'm going to do add mailbox permission to identity is Oliver, Laura, and the user will be Howard Hayes. And the access rights I want to grant will be full access. Okay, that rights was granted. So guys, I'm going to run this command again. I'm going to replace the user account name with H. Hayes and the identity. So basically I'm going to put in their alias and see if this works. This command will accept aliases. I'm going to show you another command that doesn't accept aliases, even though it's the same fields, we have to put in the full name. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to remove those rights. Actually, yeah, I'm just going to remove those rights. Do yes to all. So I'm going to remove those rights. Now I'm going to give H. Hayes send rights. I'm just going to remove them from here just so we can see that it works. I'm just going to remove it from here, do it again on the command line. So the first one I'm going to do is um, send as rights. It's not the same command that we did on the previous. Instead of doing add mailbox permissions, I'm just doing add AD permissions. So I'm put identity. And I'm going to extend rights. The book has this wrong. So if you're following along in chapter 14 in the book, you have to put in these quotes. If you don't, it won't work. It can't find that user object. So here, identity will accept the alias. Here, it won't. So I'm going to replace that with the full name. And that worked. So in this particular item, I'm not sure why it won't accept the alias, but I have to supply the full identity. So I'm going to remove those. I'm going to verify that it worked. Go here, graphically. Go to mailbox delegation. So I now have those rights. Send as. Let me go in here and remove them. If I wanted to, I could put force there so that doesn't show up. So now I'm going to give send on behalf rights to Howard to Oliver's email box. So again, it's a different command. Set mailbox identity. I'm going to try the alias again. And that worked. We're going to go check it out graphically. There's Howard Hayes. Now I'm going to try to grant Cheney Rush permissions. I want to show you what happens when I add another user account. So I'm going to grant Cheney Rush send on behalf permissions, and I want to show you what it does to H. Hayes. So I'm going to do the same thing again. And let's look at that account. It removed Howard Hayes. So if you want to add an additional user on send on behalf, you actually have to do it this way. You have to put at that point, that will add both. So if you want to add a second user account, you can't run the same command. you have to put it in this format for the second, third, fourth, fifth user. When you run this command again, it erases any other user accounts that are there. If we want to remove HAs or CCrush, or Chain Rush, you can type remove, and you can remove either user account. And that just removed the one user account. I'm going to add that user back. So both the users are there. There's no ability to change this command and say remove mailbox. That doesn't exist. So what we're going to do is if you want to remove both accounts, you have to go this method. I'm going to try to see if it'll accept the wildcard here. I don't know if this will work. Nope, it wouldn't. Let me see if I can do both at the one time. Sorry. I'm going to try the wildcard again. No, it doesn't like that. No, I guess you can only remove one at a time. Oh no, it took that. You can separate them by a comma. So I imagine you can add it at the same way. Okay, so next thing, actually I'm going to end this video right here, and I'm going to create folder level permissions next. So I'm going to upload this video and then create another video for folder level permissions. This is all from chapter 14 in the textbook.